Hi everyone, Roxanne here. So I wanted to quickly do an intro video just about me, who I am, where I come from, and how I came to be at this point. So I am actually sitting in my little studio. I'm actually waiting for a client to come and try on one of these amazing dresses. So just to give you guys an idea of me and how I came to be where I am today, is that I'd say about 8 years ago, I fell into this like really, really bad place in my life where I was involved with quite hectic drugs, and I got involved with all the wrong people. I went into circles that I really shouldn't have been in, and I found myself addicted to meth. And I carried on using that for quite some time, and at some point in 2012, God stepped in, and he sent my husband back into my life. When I say back into my life, I mean that we weren't obviously married at the time. We got married afterwards, but we had known each other some time ago, and yeah, we just had a really, really strong connection. And through lots of like fighting the addiction, and with all of that, so much stuff had happened. I have managed to clean up my act, and I have been clean now for 6 years and 2 months. And one of the things that really helped me get clean was actually photography. And for those of you who would like to know, photography is something that I didn't just happen to like see something and say, okay, well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pick up a camera, and I'm going to just start doing photography, and I'm going to just start like charging people, and because it's just one of those things that you do. Photography is actually something that I have been I fell in love with it when I was a kid, following one of the top photographers here in East London. And I assisted him on one or two photography walls where he did just the couples photographs and stuff, and it was just amazing. And I always thought to myself, sure, like I probably would never be able to actually get to the point where I would be able to do that, even though it was a massive dream of mine all my life. Because I always believed that, sure, it's one of those things where it's like being a doctor. You need a degree, and you have to study, and you have to have all these diplomas, and I think that in a lot of ways it kind of is like that. There are a lot of people who do study and who do have degrees and stuff in order to be able to be at a point where they call themselves a professional photographer. And I mean, I have so much respect for those people. It's really just amazing. Like I would have given like my left arm or my right arm or whatever just to have had the opportunity to be able to do that, but I didn't. I come from a pretty poor background. My mom had three daughters to look after, put through school, and like lots of stuff happened in my past, and I never really just got to the point where I was able to even do something like that. So the opportunity presented itself to me while I was busy trying to stay off drugs, and a friend's daughter needed photographs done for her wedding, and it really didn't have to be like professional. I cringe the day I look back at those photographs today, but I have to say that it was definitely one of the points that the heightened points in my life where I realized, okay, well, I'm passionate about this. And if I can buy myself a camera and just be able to take photographs for myself, and self growth, and stuff, I was like, oh, I'm definitely gonna do that. That's my aim. That's what I'm going to do. And I did that. I managed to do part-time work on the weekends, where I would be doing promotions for DeFi dishwashers on a Saturday and on a Sunday, and I think I'd get paid like 200 Rand, for the day or something stupid like that. And I took every cent that I made and I just put it aside, and I put it aside, and I gave it to my husband, and I just said to him, like, this is what I really want to do. And I told him that I wanted to do it on my own, because it was just one of those things about like having money and what do I do with it. Do I go and do something that I'm not supposed to do? Am I going to take that money and I'm going to trust myself to do the right thing? And when I say right thing, I just mean like not waste it on drugs. So anyways, I started out like, I was horrible. I was really, really terrible. And I was that person that downloaded Picasso, like the free like editing software. Like I had no problem with that. I had like a little like laptop. I didn't like care what, like, it was like I didn't have anything else. And but I had fun and I learned so much about myself. And I always thought that like I was not supposed to be anything or anyone in my life. And I think I do. There's somebody said it the other day. I kind of walk to the rhythm of my own drum, something like that. I think I still do, in a lot of ways. So anyways, I started out doing landscapes, and I managed to get myself onto YouTube. I'm one of those people, like I don't know technology that well, really. I think I only joined Twitter like a week or so ago. But I started researching on YouTube, like photography. What types of photography is there? Then I was like, oh my gosh, like photography is like being a doctor. You have so many different types of doctors, and you have so many different specializations that you can go into. And it's like, oh my word. And I didn't realize that. And I think a lot of people don't when they go into it. They're like, okay, well, photography is like, you can just do anything. You can just like pick up your camera and you can just photograph anything. It really doesn't work like that. Anyways, so I found myself, I fell in love with fine art photography. I found this woman, this American photographer. Her name's Brooke Shaden. I think a lot of you probably are familiar with her. And I found myself watching her stuff, and I was like, I got lost in it. I got lost in it, because I was like, oh, that's what I want to do. That's who I want to be like. And I found that there was a lot of darkness inside me. There was a lot of like a lot of pain, a lot of hatred, a lot of feelings, like I think towards myself and what I put people through, and all sorts of stuff. And a lot of that came through in my work, I think. And then I started experimenting with landscapes. And I went out, and I think it was like one March day, I was chasing the sunset at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon already. My husband just looked at me funny. He's like, okay, see you in a few hours. And strangely enough, that day, there was a photograph that I took that actually got me my first full-time job as a photographer. And I specialize in real estate photography. Taught myself everything that I do know now. I didn't do any courses. I am one of those people who I watched videos, I watched all sorts of stuff, and I would go out and I would take the knowledge that I learned through the videos that I watched, and then I would go and put them into practice. Now, whether I had a live model to work with or not, I would still try and apply what I had learned and see if I could actually come right with what I was doing. And I mean, it was really an amazing thing. It really was. But my passion was really obviously working with people as well, because I'm a people person, try and be anyways. And I started working with models, and we started doing these like really weird things, and people were like, oh my gosh, like, Rox, are you sure? Like, do you think this is okay? And yeah, I think just to like take you guys down to like where I am now. I've been doing photography full time now for 6 years. I specialize in, like I said, real estate photography. I do weddings. I do lifestyle, families. I do newborns. I don't specialize in newborn. I have my own style that I shoot when I do. Um, I do milestones with kiddos because I really, really love kids. I don't have children of my own. My husband and I sadly can't have, so we have fur babies. So I really like photographing fur babies, although I don't really get the opportunity a lot. Um, and my personal passion at the moment is editorial fashion magazines, editorial fashion photography. I am a big lover of color, as you can see in the background there. I mainly do all my own styling for photo shoots, like my editorial fashion, and even with my photo shoots, my family shoots and stuff. I try and be as in charge of that as I possibly can when it comes to the actual styling. And that is why I have this phenomenal, I'm just going to show you guys this amazing wardrobe. And obviously you can see there's sweeties and some bribery foods that we use for the kids. But there you guys can see the amazing wardrobe, dresses, some wedding dresses, and just really, really, it's like a kid that goes into a dollhouse, and just like everything's just there. You can just play, you can just do whatever you want to do. So, anyways, last year, just to go through, because I think this video is quite long, and I'm really hoping that you guys do actually like push through and watch it, because it's very important to me that you guys get the whole feel of who I am. I'm gonna try and go through it a little bit quicker. So I have now been solo on my own for almost 2 years, well, a year and a half. And my initial start was that I just needed to be able to pay my car and be able to afford my fuel. And then I would be able to do a little bit more of what I wanted to do and have the time to actually do it. And I've now been successfully going, and I've been able to pay my car every month. Yay! Small victories. And I actually about 5 months ago decided to this amazing little space opened up, and it was perfect, because I was able to, as you can see, just have all my stuff without it being damaged in boxes or in my boot, or just that type of stuff. So I managed to have my little studio space for almost 5 months now, and that's amazing. And so I was in Joburg the last month for a few days, and I got to spend some time with my amazing friends and my family there. Like, I don't know, they're all my family really. And I've had so many amazing times that have come up in my career as a photographer, and I have been given so many amazing opportunities by so many people, and it's really been an upliftment in my life. And that was where I decided to start off with the Pay It Forward initiative in photography, because I know the importance of having memories. I mean, whether it is a family photo shoot, whether it is a body positive photo shoot, or a newborn photo shoot for a mom who can't afford to have a photo shoot done. It's going to be quite tough, I think, to do the selections. But I think that just starting off with one photo shoot a month, gifting to somebody who really can't afford it, I think it will definitely make a difference. It will definitely make a difference in my life, because it's, for me, the gift of giving to somebody else is an even bigger gift for me, because um, I love giving. Somebody asked me the other day, so like, what would you do if you were a millionaire? I was like, I don't think I would actually ever really reach that point. I can't be rich, because like the moment I have any extra money or cash or anything, it's like, ooh, who can I spoil, or who can I do something for? Um, it is just the way that I am, and I'm not saying this because I want you guys to think that I'm just like really. It's just, I think we all have it in ourselves. So that is really just where I wanted to go with the initiative. So just for those of you who were wondering who I am, that this is who I am. I do come from a place where I needed, and when it was 100% necessary, there was always something that happened, or God would send somebody into my life at the right time when I needed it. So I understand hardships. I understand um, what it is to not have something, what it is to go through a really tough time. I've been through quite a few in my lifetime, and I know what it feels like when even just the smallest gesture could really change your life. Um, so that is basically what this whole thing is about for me. It really is for me about giving back to our communities, and allowing our communities to know and understand what it is like to give for themselves as well. So it's, yeah, that's basically what we wanted to do with this. So I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has come on board with this initiative. I think it's going to be really, really amazing. I'm actually quite astounded, and I'm quite I don't want to say shocked, but I'm really excited about the growth that we have seen so far. And I think that for each of us, we will be able to just be in control of our own like sort of thing that we're going to do. The group obviously is going to be used as a platform for photographers and for people who want to be involved, to come together and like maybe like swap some ideas. If there's anything that anybody can do to make the experience maybe just a little bit better, you know, anything and everything is welcome. So yeah, guys, I'm so excited about getting this initiative up and going in the new year. And I really do want to just extend a really, really warm and heartfelt thank you from me, and also I think just from the people whose lives we are going to be touching in the future. And I'm really hoping that it is something that we will all be able to you know, stick with even in the hard times, to just still be able to like see the light at the end of the tunnel, and push through, and instead of just making it a 2020 thing, that it's going to be something that we'd be able to do moving forward. And I think the more people we can reach, you know, and the more people we can get on board with this, the more people's lives we can actually touch. and hopefully maybe even save one or two. I mean, you never know what could happen. So a really, really warm hearted feeling of saying thank you so much. I have managed to make it to 20 minutes. I really am very sorry about that, but lots of love all the way from East London. I hope you're all good. Bye.